Welcome to Accelerated Health Bites. I'm Sara Banta, and if you like what you hear today, please hit the subscribe button and share with those who may need my help. I'm just one person, but with your help, we as a team can help many others accelerate their bodies, minds, and spirits and reach their optimal state of health. And today is no different. This is my favorite topic, how to reverse our age. And I'm not just talking about anti-aging. I'm talking about let's age backwards. And it seems like there's two camps in society right now. One is trying to reverse their chronic disease, and the other is trying to anti-age or increase that longevity with different diets, modalities, or biohacks. But the irony is that aging is a condition associated with those higher risks of metabolic diseases that most of us are trying to reverse. So in actuality, what is going to increase lifespan is actually reversing those chronic diseases and vice versa. So they are the same group. What if I told you you could actually take it a step further and actually reverse aging? By reversing aging or having your biological age go backwards while your chronological age ticks forward, then your risks of all of these metabolic diseases diminish already. And not only will you live longer, but the quality of your life will improve with age. What are the basic markers of aging that people really look at? There's two things: oxidative stress and inflammation. And we hear these things over and over and over again. And that's why so many people use antioxidants and anti-inflammatory supplements or diets to increase their longevity. But what are the two top things, especially in modern day society, that cause the oxidative stress and inflammation? Insulin resistance and toxicity. We are living in such a toxic world. So let's go back to the fact that our ancestors did not have the diets that would lead to insulin resistance. It was just not there. And their world was absent of the toxins, the radiation, the 5G, the cell phones, the GMOs, all of these things that we are bombarded with that our livers and our kidneys are not meant to deal with. And as a result, their lifespans were not shortened by cancers or other metabolic diseases. So let's look at the markers of aging: stem cells and telomeres. Longevity is connected to the length of the telomeres and an increased amount of stem cells. We lose our stem cells as we age. Stem cells usually begin to decline by the age of 25, and they stop completely by the age of 70. And as stem cells age, they slow down and eventually stop growing and can't create growth factors as well. So the stem cells replace old damaged cells. That's their job. And when they stop working, the damaged cells replicate more damaged cells. That's why when we get sick or we break a leg or a hip when we're older, it really takes forever to heal, if we even are able to heal. Some parts of the body can turn over new cells quickly and some can't. Telomeres protect our DNA. Telomeres get shorter as we age, and they cannot protect our DNA. So as we age, we start truly falling apart. They shorten every time our cells divide, and as they do, our DNA becomes more susceptible to the toxins and free radicals in our bodies. And they function as a decoy for the DNA, and they get hit instead of the DNA. So as they become shortened, our DNA is the one that gets hit by those toxins and free radicals. And there's an enzyme called telomerase, which can re-lengthen telomeres, but they're only in certain areas of the body. And as we get older, the cells that produce this enzyme produce less and less, and our telomeres become shorter and shorter. Stem cells that produce the telomerase help reverse the aging. When cells die, they produce daughter cells, and this is called differentiation. So when the stem cells die, they produce those daughter cells that produce the telomerase. Furthermore, the stem cells then can replicate through a process called self-renewal. And as the stem cells are weak, they'll produce those daughter cells that are weak, and if they're strong, they'll produce strong ones. So yes, you can go get stem cell injections, but why would you want to when, number one, they're expensive? Usually they're not available, especially in the United States. They may not work. You may be injecting your kidneys with stem cells that are meant for your brain, and it actually could do damage. This is not a good thing. And they really aren't approved. Most of them are not approved in the United States. So how can we increase the telomeres and increase the stem cells in our bodies? Super exciting. There are ways to do it. And the number one way that I've found is the X49 LifeWave stem cell activation patch. These patches activate a peptide called GHK to increase your own stem cell production and reset over 4,000 genes to a younger state. So essentially, our bodies are acting as if it's our 20-year-old version of ourselves, whether it's our metabolism, our fat burning, our ability to recover from an illness, to recover from a broken bone, whatever it is, our body's saying, oh, we can do this. We're 20 years old again. And it helps repair collagen in all the tissues. It activates stem cell production, encourages apoptosis of cancer cells, all of these things, and it's from your own stem cell production. You are not injecting stem cells into your body. Not only will the copper peptide increase the ability for stem cells to get to an injury site, but it will also revert stem cells to a pluripotent stem cell, meaning that it can go in different directions and be used the way the body needs it to be used, and increase the amount of stem cells circulating in the body. Through the clinical studies, an improvement in overall energy of the body, organ balance, and symmetry, distribution of energy was improved as well. And the increase in stem cells occurs within 24 hours using the X49 patch, and most people feel a difference within the first 7 days. And super exciting, was just announced the new X49 patch, which is essentially the daughter version of the X39. It is being shown to improve muscle mass and increase fat burning significantly, and strength, and growing hair back, and actually reversing the color of the hair. So you have to think, if your body is reversing the color of its hair and it is growing more hair back, imagine what it's doing on the inside of the body in the anti-aging world. Your body really doesn't care how much hair it has on it or how your skin looks. It cares what's going on with your liver and your organs and all of that fun stuff. So if it is doing all of that amazing stuff on the outside, you can only imagine what it's doing on the inside. And that's the new X49 patch that works really well with the X39 in burning fat and building muscle. Especially as we get older, it's super hard to increase that muscle mass. And muscle mass, as we're going to talk about in a minute, is connected to longevity. So outside the X39 and the X49 patches, what else can you do? You can fast. Fasting is a hormetic stressor that allows the body to increase its mitophagy and autophagy, which is the recycling of mitochondria and cells. It heals leaky guts, increases metabolism, thyroid health, increases ATP production, which is true cellular energy. And all of these mechanisms have separately been associated with age reversal. Of course, it also allows the body to switch into ketosis, tapping into its own fat stores for energy. And that fat burning effect of fasting spurs those stem cells, and it's maximized at a 72-hour fast. So that's just one more way. So you add that in with the patches, and my gosh, the synergy is going to be magnificent. During extended fasting, the body produces these special stem cells that encourages more stem cell production. And when you begin the refeeding state and actually start eating again, your body triggers a mass amount of stronger daughter stem cells to be produced. So what else can you do? Take MyVitalC. This is not a vitamin C, but it is rather a carbon 60. The study in rats showed that this supplement could increase lifespan by 90% compared to the control group. It's a very powerful antioxidant, fights against the negative effects of free radicals and oxidative stress by essentially operating under the free radical scavenger mechanism. It may also help stop cancer cells from mass producing tumors that may halt the tumor growth. What else can you do? You can use a low-carb diet. So intermittent fasting with a low-carb diet. Unfortunately, the good tasting carbohydrates are what cause inflammation and oxidative stress throughout the body. High carb diet is connected to so many metabolic diseases, including diabetes, insulin resistance, obesity, heart disease, and thyroid disease. And this is why with the Ascent Diet Cleanse group of supplements, I encourage a low carb diet. Now, what does the Ascent Diet Cleanse have that is also enhancing autophagy and stem cell production and reversing aging? Well, you've got the accelerated keto. That puts you into ketosis within 30 minutes. So you don't have to go through that hangry period when your body's switching fuel systems from those carbohydrates to burning its own body fat. Most people doing it without the accelerated keto have at least a week to up to a month of just feeling awful because you truly are switching fuel systems. It's like going from gasoline to diesel. There is going to be a compromised amount of time where you're not feeling that great, where the accelerated keto flips you right into ketosis. You start burning your own body fat right away. And then with the Acceleradine, that is increasing ATP production significantly. And it's helping with depression, it's improving thyroid health, metabolism, and it is giving your body the needed iodine that we are absent of in our environment and in our diet. So sufficient iodine is needed to produce 36 ATPs compared to only 2 ATPs when you're iodine deficient and on a glucose or high carb based diet. Do you realize that's 18 times the amount of true cellular energy just from the iodine? Then you add in the accelerated keto, which not only flips you into ketosis, but it also has other ingredients to break down those saturated fats into unsaturated fats, also starts cleansing the liver, and the liver is where fat burning happens. So if your liver is not working, you're not going to be burning any fat. So this also detoxes all of the toxins and the radiation from the body, both through the Acceleradine and the accelerated keto, produces ketones, and also helps with the conversion of T4 to T3, which are your thyroid hormones. And so T4 is non-active, really doesn't do you any good until it's converted to T3, and that happens in the liver. What else can you do? Well, the accelerated ancient salt helps restore normal body fluids. And we know that rehydration and just hydration of the cells is extremely important for longevity. Most salts have microplastics in them and only sodium. The accelerated ancient salt has over 62 of the needed minerals in the body for the electricity within the cells and for that sodium potassium pump to function properly. Your heart is pumping because of sodium and potassium. My son's heart stopped pumping at the age of 15 because he was so depleted in potassium and he was pounding his chest to get it going again. Thank God he was 15 because it worked. But as you get older, that trick of pounding on your chest isn't going to work so well. You need to make sure you are properly hydrated with the proper minerals, and that's where you get them from, is the accelerated ancient salt. The accelerated cellular detox powder soaks up all the toxins we're trying to get out of our body to help cleanse the body and get the toxicity and the inflammation out. And with the liver flush at the end of the Ascent cleanse, this is really flushing out that liver, making it function properly so that you can really cleanse and deal with all the toxins and oxidative stress that you are being bombarded with that shorten those telomeres and stunt the effects of stem cells. Next is the glutathione patch. This is not transdermal. This you put on your body and your body makes its own glutathione. Glutathione is the master antioxidant, detoxifier, immune booster, and neuroprotector. And there have been so many studies that connect longevity with glutathione. And just by wearing the glutathione patch, you're increasing your levels by 300% in 24 hours. By pairing that with the X49, that number goes to 400. It's amazing. And then you've got the energy enhancer patch, and these increase ATP production in the mitochondria, increase heart rate variability, which is connected to longevity, improves that bioelectrical measurement, or what's called the phase angle or integrity of the cell walls, where you get nutrients to be able to come in and the toxins to be able to go out. With age, that cell wall becomes really rigid and hard to penetrate, and then the toxins are just staying in the cells. The energy enhancer softens the cell walls to improve that phase angle just within 5 minutes of applying the patch. I can tell you, I put those patches on in the morning and my energy just shoots up within 15 minutes and I'm busting out a really good workout, one that I would have done 20 years ago. And you put that together with the accelerated keto, it is increasing beta oxidation and fat burning so much. The synergy between the two is incredible. Next is the Carnosine patch. Carnosine is naturally occurring antioxidant in the body, and it stops being produced as we age. It's really important for neuroprotection for people with Alzheimer's or Parkinson's, the brain diseases. That's where that comes in. And it's because it supports anti-aging. The Eon patch is known as the happy patch. It increases SOD, antioxidants in the body, and it also turns on the innate immune system. It literally puts you into that parasympathetic anti-stress state. And we all know that everything else can be thrown out the window if we're stressed. We will be accelerating our age if we're stressed. So with the Eon patch, that is helping you reduce your stress and to increase your longevity. Next, the tip is free. Sleep. You got to get your sleep 7 to 9 hours. And we have a great podcast on Accelerated Health Radio and TV with Devin Burke, all about sleep and how to get it, the tools to overcome insomnia. I recommend you check it out because every single one of you needs 7 to 9 hours of sleep. There is no one that is exempt from this. Other hormetic stressors that can help improve all of these anti-aging factors are like cold exposure or heat exposure, like a far infrared sauna. All of these things, the HIIT workout, high intensity interval training. These are things that can increase the ATP production, increase testosterone, human growth hormone, immune system, and longevity. Nuke No More is a supplement that zeroes you out of all non-ionizing and ionizing radiation. Radiation kills you. There's no way around it. It does. And we are constantly being bombarded, carrying our cell phones, being on Zoom in front of our computers. That Nuke No More, I take it every day now because I am so exposed to so much radiation, just to keep that toxicity out of my body. Next, protein. Protein is connected to longevity, and it's a misnomer that you need less protein as you age. You actually need more. Your ability to break down and absorb the amino acids decrease as you age, so you need more protein to maintain that muscle mass. You can also use PEMF therapy. I love the Ampcoil system. It uses sound technology combined with biofeedback and electromagnetic coil based on Tesla's technology to deliver sound frequencies that harmonize, balance, and support you on your journey for age reversal. So there you go. There's so many more and that we could talk about, but just wanted to touch on those. And thanks for joining me today. Hit the subscribe button so you can be a part of this changing world and share this with others as well.